Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Mr. Secretary. Welcome to the committee. I appreciate the good work that you and President Trump are doing. I represent a rural district in Kentucky. It spans all throughout West Kentucky, Southern Kentucky, and portion of Central Kentucky. And I'm blessed that we have two very impressive Job Corps centers in my congressional district. One is the Earle Clements Job Center in Morganfield, Kentucky. The other is the Muhlenberg Job Corps Center. I've visited both of those numerous times. I'm very impressed with the programs that they offer. They are providing exactly what industry is begging for. The biggest complaint that I receive when I travel the district from employers and job creators is there's a shortage of workers and there's a shortage of skilled workers. The two Job Corps centers in my congressional district are meeting the demands of what industry wants in Kentucky, and I'm a big fan of both of those Job Corps centers. One of my constituents from Union County recently testified before the House Labor Health and Human Services Subcommittee about how great a job the Job Corps Center did for his foster children. In Kentucky, we have a program that pays for free tuition for foster children. Free tuition to any of the regional universities, which includes the University of Kentucky and Murray State University in my congressional district, free tuition for any of the community colleges, vocational schools. But they chose to go to the Job Corps centers because they felt like they would receive the certification that they need to make the most money in the workforce. And my question to you, Mr. Secretary, is has there been any effort made to integrate the administration's industry-recognized apprenticeship model itself an alternative pathway to work into the Job Corps?
Congressman, that's several of the Job Corps teach many of the skills that are already covered by apprenticeships and on the registered side in the building trades, and certainly as the industry-recognized apprenticeship program continues, that's something we're going to be looking at. Let me also say that that we've had very good discussions with Governor Bevin about the Job Corps centers in your state, and we're working with him because those Job Corps can certainly always be improved, and we do think it's important. If I could just have 15 seconds, because I do think it's an important distinction. The variable pricing based on risk of underlying pensions that I was talking about is used in the single employer plan that is not facing the same financial crisis. So this is not that novel. It's already used in the single employer process.
Mm-hmm. Great. Next question. As you know, the Office of Workers' Compensation Programs is responsible for administering the Energy Employees Occupational Illness Compensation Program Act, which provides compensation for federal employees and contractors employed in nuclear weapons production. A recent report by the GAO requested by members of this committee found that the department could better assist these claimants with clearer communication during the application and eligibility determination process. In the report, Director Julia Herthway underscored the department's renewed focus on adequate education for claims staff, improving written communications and engagement with claimants, and enhancing the transparency of the claims decision-making process. Can you discuss the process the department has made in these areas and what other efforts the department plans to undertake to improve the claims process for beneficiaries?
That's right. So Director Hartway has implemented a number of reforms, not just in this, but in other areas, to almost walk the claimants through this process. It can be very confusing. Each program is different. And so she's directed her staff to almost, we have to receive the submissions and judge them, but that doesn't mean that we can't work. These claimants have been through a lot. That doesn't mean we can't work with the claimants to make it clear to them, this is exactly what we need. This is exactly what we need to do. And so, there have been 33 non-substantive updates to the requirement process. We have tried to avoid litigation. We've tried to just make it so that we can tell individuals up front what they need to do. There have been 35 programmatic determinations regarding the claims process. And the advantage of programmatic determinations is they're program-wide, so so we don't have to revisit that individuals. And the biggest change by volume is due to conforming the regulations regarding the process to the FICA program that was implemented in 2011. A lot of times these regulations are out of date, and so individuals don't really know what they need to do. So if there's specific questions, I can certainly address them individually, but she's done a great job.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. I yield back.